Chris Christie is at it again, making stupid points. This is from Politico. Governor Christie on Monday attacked supporters of legalizing marijuana as crazy liberals who are willing to poison our kids for the tax revenue, even as he suggested the state's next governor could make the issue a top agenda item. Quote, they want that blood money? Let them do it, Christie said sarcastically during an hour-long speech at a conference on substance abuse hosted by the New Jersey Hospital Association in Princeton. And they will. Let me tell you something. This will be like priority number 1 come January. I guarantee you, if we have a Democratic governor, it will be priority number 1. Christie called out Murphy by name, along with 2 other Democratic politicians he said are leading the effort. Senator Nick Scutari, a sponsor of a bill to legalize pot, and Senate President Stephen Sweeney, who is willing to support the measure. Scutari led a bipartisan delegation of lawmakers to Colorado last year to look at the legal marijuana industry there. Quote, people like Nick Scutari and Steve Sweeney and Phil Murphy want to bring this poison, legalized, into this state under the premise that, well, it doesn't matter because people can buy it illegally anyway, Christie said. Then why not legalize heroin? I mean, their argument fails just on that basis. Let's legalize cocaine. Let's legalize heroin. Let's legalize angel dust. Let's legalize all of it. What's the difference? Let everybody choose. Yeah. He says it as if he's mocking it, but yeah. So let's break this down. Chris, we tried your approach. Prohibition of alcohol. What happened? Alcohol, by the way, is a horrible drug. It has horrible effects on people. Like, it's bad. It affects you in very negative ways. You ever seen somebody who's a heavy drinker and how much older they look when they're 52 compared to somebody who doesn't drink? There's a lot of alcoholics in the country now, aren't there? Yeah. Alcohol's ruined a lot of lives, hasn't it? Yeah. There are a lot of drunk driving deaths, aren't there? Yeah. Does that mean we should ban alcohol? No. We had alcohol banned. What happened? When you ban it, you make the mafia more powerful. You increase the crime rate massively. Because you gave them a monopoly, so you gave the mafia all the money, which means the mafia got more powerful, which means when there's a dispute, they solve it with guns in the street. Now, when you legalize it, what happened? Then you have companies, legitimate companies that sell it, and then when there's a dispute, you go to court and you solve it there. So the crime rate drops tremendously, and you don't have organized crime get more and more powerful. Right now, it's the same thing with gangs. You have the drug cartels getting mega rich because they have a monopoly on the product. And as a result of that, there are fucking turf wars and gang wars and actual deaths because it's a war. The war on drugs is an actual war. So what Chris Christie wants is the drug cartels to be really powerful. Chris Christie wants to keep the drug cartels in business. Chris Christie wants to keep the gangs roaming our streets. Now, if you legalize, tax, and regulate, that all goes away. And on top of that, you get tax revenue for the government, which means you have more money to fund education and infrastructure spending and drug rehabilitation centers and you can teach classes about the effects of drugs. By the way, nobody's saying legalize it and now everybody's on their own. No, we say legalize, tax, regulate, and also simultaneously set up rehab centers, treatment centers, addiction centers, so that when people have a genuine problem, which many do, you can help them. But no, Chris Christie, I want to lock you up in a cage and throw away the key if you do a substance that tweaks your consciousness. How about you, Chris? You ever had coffee? Should we lock you up in a cage for that? You ever had a Red Bull? You ever had a Monster Energy? You ever had a Xanax from the doctor because you had anxiety? You ever had an antidepressant pill? How about that? And by the way, a guy with one of the worst vices lecturing other people for drugs. This guy is, eats everything in sight. Now, I'm not knocking him for that. You could do whatever the fuck you want to do, Chris. It's none of my business. Here's the difference, though. I don't want to lock you up in a cage and throw away the key for your fucking vice. You want to lock up millions of people for their fucking vice. And spare me your fatherly bullshit. 60% of the country wants to legalize marijuana, and you disagree with them. That means you are undemocratic. You don't believe in the will of the people. You want to override the will of the people, which makes you a dictator. That's what you want to do. So, Chris Christie is an absolute fucking joke. And this is a guy who, people had to leave New Jersey to go to Colorado to get fucking, the THC oil? The cannabis, I can't even pronounce it, I'm not even going to try. You know what I'm talking about. The oil that doesn't even get you high, but is a medical treatment and it stops seizures. There were families, we've covered the stories on the show, they had to leave New Jersey to go to Colorado to get the oil that doesn't even get you high as a medical treatment for their kids that have seizures. So they had to change their whole fucking life because Chris Christie's stubborn dumbass doesn't even realize that this oil doesn't even get you high. Because you're an idiot, Chris. You're an idiot. You don't care about the facts. You don't care about what people want. You don't care about freedom. And what's hilarious is he'll go out there and pretend, yeah, Republicans, we're the party of freedom. We care about freedom. Unless you want to do a substance, in which case I want to lock you up and throw away the key. Go fuck yourself.